Hi, Genki Call here with some more autoplay teams for you. Some of them are mine, some of them are yours, from the viewers. I have it all documented on my website. My forum. Love my forum. So, I have a Gems of War area here. A link to this thread will be in the description below. I'm not going to go over my top 2 autoplay teams because I've already done that. There are a couple teams here. I'll go over them very quickly, but if you want to see them in action, just check out the video in the link. If you want to go to gold farming teams, click on this link. If you want to go to these other teams, just scroll on down or click this button. So we're going to start off with the first autoplay team that I used for gold farming, and that is from Lester Balboa. Thank you, Lester. It is a good team. Let me show you how this works. We're gonna do. That is my team. We're gonna go right down here to this one. Edit, manage, paste. Ta-da! All right, and I believe Lester was using Diabolist with this team originally, but I think it was just to level it. I changed it to Frost Mage for the 50% mana start and also for the protection of freeze. And there are plenty that you could use, but the way that this works is we're going to get gold. This is equal to your life. So if you use Metals of Yasmin to increase your life, you can get gold. I don't need that at this point, but if you're lower level and you need to get all the gold in one cast, put on Metals of Yasmin to boost your life so that he will fill this up more quickly. Now, the gold is going to boost how much damage that we do and how much, how much you're blowing things up on the screen. So Bronzelock pistol from Blackhawk, really good as a mana gen with lots of gold. And then, of course, this guy, every time he casts, he's getting +3 to all of his skills, boosted by gold. So he's getting 43 to every skill every time he casts, and that makes him extremely dangerous. If you are worried about him getting killed before he can start casting, go ahead and move him to the second slot. That's what Bree does. You know my brother Bree. He has this in front of the thief here. I'm sorry. The King of Thieves. The King of Thieves. Of course, Cedric is here so that we can have extra mana, not mana, extra gold, so that we can have this at 200 instead of 100. And he's not really here to cast. I mean, he might cast with the autoplay, but basically, at this point, you just hope that he keeps casting and just decimating the enemy. Look at that attack go up. Look at all of these skills going up. It's just really, really good troop, the King of Thieves, and a little underrated, I think, because he's just a really good troop if you have enough gold with you. So I'm going to take this over and go ahead and, well, no, AI is going to end it for me. There we go. So that is the first team. Thank you very much for the team, Lester. I did use this quite a lot before I started using my favorite, which was in the video mentioned above, Double Cedric with Egg Thief, Plunder, and Peril. So next up we have this team from Silverscale. Silverscale, my friend. And this is another gold farming team. This one's using Thief class so that you have light fingers, I imagine, is why that is here. You can use any class with light fingers. And yeah, Thief tends to be a favorite, but there's also Orb Weaver and several others with that particular trait. And those tend to have the stealthy as well. But, you know, we are running with the hero at the front. Oopsie. We're running with hero at the front, which means, you know, you can still get hit with skulls. But we've got Rope Dart, which is going, if you have it completely, leveled up, it's not only going to pull the enemy to the front and gain an extra turn, provided that you're not frozen. It's also going to entangle them, you know, and the extra turn because of the, sorry, I'm clicking the wrong, this final trait here on the weapon. Yeah, unless they're immune to entangle, that's going to protect you from the skulls. Now the Wild Queen, you know, it might cast on a troop that is entangled, which means it's not going to steal any attack. So in that respect, this would probably be better to run Probably better to run by hand rather than autoplay if you really want to max things out, max efficiency. But you can see it's a nice team. You're going to get a max of 200 gold from it. Something with light fingers is going to help a lot, but of course the egg thief is along. She's going to blow up the board and get gold. Plus, you know, lots of gold, lots of destruction on the board as well. And she did hit the right troop that time, and now we just hit it. Hit it. He didn't need that, but lots of gold. And okay, finished. While that is doing that, we're going to pop on down to the next team. Got this from Allissa on my last video on autoplay. For that, we got over 5,000 gold, but keep in mind I'm using armor that gives me a 50% or 100% gold boost plus my VIP level. That makes a difference. So next up is Alyssa's team. Now, Allissa, I love this team. You get a ton of gold from this team, but there's no mana gen. And there's no way to quickly boost the gold. You are entirely dependent upon the class to do that. And she also, no, she's using Archer, which also has the light fingers. Light fingers talent. You don't have stealthy, but that's okay. Well, actually, running with stealthy would be good. You kind of want... Right now, they can only hit your hero. Because these guys are stealthy. So until he dies, they can only hit the hero. And the hero is very important to this team to keep things running because Hope's Crescent is a beast of weapons. On a level 12 Explorer, they're going to have a... If their life is greater, they're going to have a life greater than yours. Period. And so you're going to be doing triple damage to them after removing all of their armor. It's a fantastic weapon. I had forgotten just how good this weapon is. I think to make this team more efficient, I would use either Leprechaun or Egg Thief on the team. Egg Thief uses the same colors as the hero, so maybe throw Leprechaun on here instead of a Cedric. You'll get less gold, but it will go more quickly. This is a... Hold on, I don't want him to cast. Oh, noes. Oh, thank goodness it took him out. Yeah, I did not want to get taken out by him because he takes out two at once. Anyway, I'm going to take this over since we have no mana gen. I do like the team. I do love Hope's Crescent here, but you have no protection from troops dying except for Cedric. You know, Cedric is definitely going to be helpful, but... I personally would change this just a little bit to get that extra gold gen. We do have did max out at 400. So it does work just the way that she has it. It's just a personal preference. Let's see if we can get something good. Give me something good. Nope. All right. So we're going to back out of this now, grab another team. Gonna scroll on down here. This team right here, Gorgotha with the Wild King, it is one of my favorites. It's in that first video that I showed you up at the top there. So I'm not going to go over that one. It is going to be on the list of... I'm following... Yes. Okay. I'm following the lanterns to get those bonus myth stones. All right, next team. Let me put this in here. This is from Tyrion. If you look at the description, there's lots of different options here. You can have Flaming Oni, Toadsqueezer, Flaming Oni, any two of the following. Anyway, just read it. This is from Tyrion. Let me go ahead and put this on. We'll go ahead and do this. I have to cough. Hold on. Not going to touch anything. We're going to go ahead and put this on autoplay. So Flaming Oni, the nice thing about him is that he is a summoner. He will also explode the board, as will the Stringfiddler. I hate fighting the Stringfiddler. He can decimate your team. He doesn't do a lot of exploding, but that silence plus the explode is just really effective. And you can use Norbert's Turnip with this team, but if you do, be sure and use Thief class. I am using Thief class with this, just because I want to. You don't have to use Thief class with the Gobsticker. I just felt like doing that and having a full goblin team. Um, Nice thing about Norbert's Turnip is that you're going to get an extra turn, unless you're frozen, of course. But if you lose a troop, then you've got Flaming Oni to replace them, you know, up to 3. Oh, it's going to summon 3 goblins, period, if there are spaces there. So you can see the way this team works. We've got that hunter's mark in case we get a hold of some skulls. I do like, I do love the explodey weapons that give you, you know, the bonus of the status effect and a summons as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off autoplay here and just impervious. Of course, we're fighting goblins and some of them are going to be immune to status effects. So we'll blow things up again. We have 3 sources of mana gen on this team. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We're going to blow things up again. Yeah. And take care of these guys. Let's see. Do love my mana gen, and we're gonna, sure, we'll get some mana gen there and finish up with Gobtruffle. The nice thing about having Toadsqueezer here instead of Stringfiddler, it would be, you know, it's better with, it would be better with Norbert's Turnip, because it would pick up some of that red from Norbert's Turnip. But anyway, I am digressing. So next up, we have some Piscia teams. And Piscia teams, I highly recommend that you don't do explorers with Piscia in any place that has any of these 3 kingdoms, because there are a lot of dwarves. Dwarves are immune to status effects, including Devour. So not the best this place, but Merlantis can be a real pain with autoplay, because you've got Devour here, and this guy, and you also have Submerge. And my favorite team, this is very, very close to my favorite team. I'm not sure about minusing yellow with the banner, but this is how it was created by Melinda Casino. Thank you for the team. And let me show you how this works. I will describe what's going on. Now, Piscia can devour. He's not necessarily going to devour, but either way, he's a fantastic mana generator, because he's going to take all of the green gems, destroy them, which brings them to your team. It's not remove, it's destroy, which means you are taking them as if they were matched, and that's going to feed Queen Beatrix. Beatrix, plus, it's also going to not just destroy those green gems, it's also going to create a bunch of blue, which usually feeds himself back up to full. Don't devour me, don't devour me, don't devour me. Please don't devour me. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Anyway, so the problem with using Beatrix here is that we've got Submerge, and she can't hit Submerged troops, but Piscia can still devour them. Let me see, what else was I going to say about this team? Rope Dart. Now, she's using Rope Dart. I use a different weapon, a little bit different overall. A little bit different. Like I said, Piscia is not going, sorry, Beatrix isn't going to be able to hit the Submerged troop, which is okay. She's still going to do damage. She's still going to feed the team with mana. Anyway, Rope Dart is going to hit something. If you have it fully maxed out, it's going to have an extra turn. It's also going to entangle them so they can't hit you with skulls. This is going a little slow. But let's see if we can speed these things up here a little bit. There we go with the Devour. So if I get a hold of skulls at this point, I can just go ahead and take out that Submerged troop. We're going to take Beatrix, and we're going to take things out. So this one is from Melinda. I do like the Rope Dart with the team, but of course my favorite Piscia team, and it does work on, I use this team. This is a persistent team. I always use this for dungeons when there are status effects, because Queen Beatrix. Well, this one is not. This one's not my team. This is Tyrion's team. My bad. So let me turn on autoplay here. This one is Tyrion's team right here from let me get back here and describe it. So we've got Essence of Evil at the front. Now, if you were running this team yourself, you would always hit the first slot to protect yourself from skulls, because we're not using Elementalist class. We are using Tidecaller class. Mr. Triton down here is going to give a 50% mana start to the entire team because it's all merfolk. Axolotl is going to get us lots of mana. You can also use Undine team here. Tyrion's original team used Undine, but he likes Axolotl better, so double devour. That's what I'm talking about. And if you lose your hero, then you can make use of that there. But we are protecting the Piscia to give it time to devour by having it in the second slot. So doesn't matter if you lose your first slot at this point, we still have Axolotl for mana gen. And what's he going to do? Indigestible. So this guy can't be devoured, but we can still take him out other ways. Also, Triton's going to do splash damage. The thing that is good about that here in Merlantis is that splash damage can hit up to 3 enemies at once, and it doesn't matter if they're submerged. So that's the way that one works. Now, we're going to switch this back to my Piscia team that I use all the time. I'm using Titan with this class, Titan class with this. You can use Elementalist, that would be absolutely fine. You can use Frost Mage to still get that 50% mana start. You can use whatever class you want with this. I have used this for leveling, and I used all kinds of different classes with this. I really like it with Tidecaller because you've got that lightning strike type of thing going on. Lightning strike, let me show you what lightning strike is. Lightning strike is a level 70 talent. Explode 1 yellow gem on 4+ gem matches. Tidecaller does the same thing with a trait. It's a trait. The third trait here is to give you that. Sorry, my brain. The third trait you can buy with trait stones. It's lightning strike, but match 4 gems, you explode a blue gem. So, also, this Ice Sapphire here, it starts an Ice Storm. It explodes blue gems, which is perfect. You're always going to have a lot of blue gems on the board. Do not use something like Arboreal Crystal that explodes green gems. Don't fall into that trap, because when you cast Piscia, it's going to remove it's going to destroy all of those green gems, and you won't have anything to explode. You want the mana gen. So explode blue gems. You can use Osha's Tome here instead, and I'll try to remember to put that in the on the team code that you can use that instead. It's also a very good choice. However, the Ice Sapphire will summon in case something happens to your Piscia, and having Piscia up at the front, if he doesn't devour, he can get taken out with skulls. So you have to watch for that. That is a downside of this team on autoplay. You know, you're safer running a Piscia team with Piscia at the front if you do it yourself, but as you can see, this is effective. We're just going to go ahead and take over, so let me get rid of that barrier right quick, and let's see if he'll devour. He did. Whee! I love that. All right. All right, so those are the three three Piscia teams. Then we have 2 more. We've got this, I'll show you what they are. I'm not going to go over them because I went over them in other videos. So first we have my favorite Piscia team. My favorite Piscia team, the Scaleguard Protector, blows up red gems. You're going to have a ton of red gems because of Magma Dragon's Lava Storm, which is brown and red. And it's just fantastic team. It's fast and effective, and I went over it in another video. Those videos will all pop up here at the end of this video. You'll see thumbnails to each of the videos that go over this, and the one that was mentioned at the start of the video. We've got Rubid Magnesia. Basically, you can have Garniterlin, or Rubarath. Rubarath. On this team. It's also very effective great team. So those actually should be popping up on the screen right now. Also, any autoplay teams that are given to me by you folks will be added to this thread on my forum. So keep giving me your teams. I will be happy to add them here for you and for anybody else that wants this information. You can just head on over to the forum and grab it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.